Hello guys, my name is Bill and this is 026 Motoring. So today I'm going to take a break from the normal car reviews where I'm talking about the engines, the ownership cost, how they look, but I'm going to concentrate on a very important segment. There is a rising trend of car theft and I want basically to give you information on how your car can be stolen, what to do about it, and most importantly, what not to do in your car ownership journey such that you easily live with your car and it doesn't disappear. If you are new here, consider subscribing to this channel because we normally do car reviews and we also shoot car maintenance tips. So it's high time that you learn that any car can be stolen actually. A few years ago, cars like the Toyota Fielder, the Toyota Premio, the Mazda Demio, and even the Toyota Axio, those ones used to be the most vulnerable cars when it comes to the theft. We actually used to label them thief magnets, but currently any car can be stolen, starting from the 660cc Suzuki up to a 5700cc Lexus LX570. Actually, nowadays, once a car becomes popular, it then becomes prone to theft. It's because when a car is popular, the demand for parts is actually on the rise. That's why maybe in the recent past you must have seen Subaru's getting stolen, Mazda's getting stolen. It's because their demand for parts is now rising actually, and then thieves are also smart. They want something that they can easily steal, chop it into parts and convert it into cash within 2 hours of your car disappearance. So how do cars get stolen? Actually, the simplest way of your car disappearing is by a thief accessing the spare keys. Now, if you purchased a local used car or a second-hand car, you should ask the seller to furnish you with the spare, that is if the car used to have 2 keys. Because if they remain with the key and maybe they are rogue dealers, maybe they can organize with some guys and then they'll come for the key thereafter. So it's very important if you're purchasing a local used car to ask the seller if they have 2 keys. Maybe if you're getting your car also from a dealership, it's a fresh import, not local used, you can ask the dealer if it came with 2 keys, such that you ensure that your key does not remain somewhere. Now, sometimes I have seen people leaving their keys with mechanics or the car wash guys. That is also a risky way of having your car get stolen, because nowadays with key programming machines, it's easy actually to program a key in less than 30 minutes. So if you leave your key, for example, to a car wash guy, there are high chances that if they want to steal your car, they can do it, because they know they know how long you normally leave your car with them. So they can use that to study your schedule, and then they can program the key and then pick the car thereafter. So if for example you bought your car from a local dealership or a second-hand or it's a second-hand car, there is a way you can know if the dealer is genuinely telling you that the car has 1 key. You can actually run some diagnosis and then the result will tell you how many keys are in the system. If the dealer gives you 1 key and maybe says the other one was lost, you can also deactivate the extra key such that the system only recognizes the key that is in your possession. If you have your 2 spare keys, or maybe your car came with 1 key, you may be asking, can this car be stolen if I have all my spare keys and maybe the trackers in place? Yes, your car can still disappear. How? Now for this one, you will mainly target keyless entry cars, or we normally call them push to start cars. Now, as car security technology advances, thieves also learn new tactics. Yes, keyless entry cars are let me say they are more secure than the manual keys, but then they are easier to steal within 2 minutes actually. Because nowadays thieves, because they are technologically savvy, they can actually bypass the system and then gain access into the car within 2 minutes. They don't need to break the window. They don't need actually to use hammers to break the door. Now, these thieves actually have receivers which can pick signals from the genuine key fob which is in your purse or pocket. That's why you should take caution if you see someone hovering around your car without let me say positive intentions. Maybe they are faking a call here and there, because they have devices in their pockets which are going to pick your key fob signal, and then they are going to send them to their receiver. Once the receiver receives the signal from your key fob, it amplifies it. and then it will be able to trick your car to think that it's the genuine or original key, and that's how the thief will just open the car and get into it. And once they have that receiver in the car will still think that it's the original key, and then it can be able to start. And that way, maybe it's something that takes less than 2 minutes. Someone walks around your car, takes that signal, immediately you pull up maybe to some joint, they are able to get into the car, fire it up, and disappear immediately. So maybe if you just pulled up into a club and maybe you are guzzling down your drinks, by the time you are realizing maybe it's 2 hours later, by that time your car will already be chopped down into parts, because these people have a good network. Once the car disappears, they can easily chop it down. Actually, they disable those trackers, they remove the cutouts, and check if there is anything in the car that may make you track them down. So if you see someone hovering around your car, take caution, because maybe they may be picking your Keyfob signal. What is the solution for these ones, for trend of thieves using a receiver to pick your Keyfob signal? Actually, the best way is using Keyfob blockers. I've seen them online going for around 6,000 shillings to 8,000 shillings. Basically, it's a container that you'll put your Keyfob inside, and once the Keyfob is inside that container, it's a very small container. Actually, I'm showing it on this screen. Once the key is inside that container, the signal cannot get out. Actually, if you access your car from the outside with the key inside that container, you cannot open that door, because the key cannot communicate with the car. So that is a very good technique of actually dealing with these smart thieves who want to use the receivers to pick your car signal. That is the best solution. Once the thief receives your Keyfob signal, your goose is cooked, because they can still move around that car until you get somewhere, and then they'll study your movement, and then they'll know you are now comfortable, and that's when they'll fire up the car. Another way your car can be stolen is through tracking devices. If you've still purchased a local used car or a second-hand car, there are high chances that the previous owner installed a tracker in that car and things like cutouts. That means if you've taken custody of the car and maybe the seller did not disable the trackers, there are high chances that they can monitor the movement of the car. Now, it's even worse if they remained with a spare key, because if they remained with a spare key and they can still track your movements and they can see the location of the car, they can easily come for it. So it's very important that when you're purchasing a second-hand car, or if the car was previously owned by a financial institution which installed trackers, it's very important to disable the tracker immediately you take custody of the car. Modern cars actually come with immobilizers and let me say more complicated security features than past cars, but then you can still install trackers. Yes, it is a subject of debate whether you should install a tracker or not. If you must install a tracker on your car, make sure you've installed 2 trackers from different companies, because if you are using one company, maybe sometimes they may liars or make deals with rogue people and then come for the car. That's why it's very important, if you must install a tracker, make sure you're installing 2 trackers from 2 different companies. So you have those trackers and you have the cutouts, maybe if it's a must to install them. Of course, for cars that are prone to theft, it's recommended that you install the trackers, because at least for the average thief, for example, these people are interested in parts, you can still locate the car. Even if you'll find it that it has been chopped off, things like lights, maybe the accessories like lights and the radio, at least you can get that shell of a car. The cheapest tracker you can have, which is very effective actually, is a Kaduda phone. If you have a Kaduda phone and then you install a SIM card on it, and then you ensure it doesn't run out of charge, that is a very good tracker if you ask me. And good thing with these Kaduda phones is that they can go up to 2 weeks on a single charge, and then if your car gets stolen, at least, and maybe they disable the tracker, at least you can be able to still see the location of the phone, which is at that time will mean the location of the car. So you purchase a Kaduda phone, you install a SIM card on it, and then you charge it every 2 weeks, and then install it or hide it at a very complicated position. You don't put it on the glove compartment whereby the thief will just pluck it out and then throw it away. And actually they'll throw it in a location whereby they can confuse you when maybe you're tracking the car. So a question you may be asking, can your car be stolen with the trackers and the cutouts? And the answer is a resounding yes. Nowadays thieves are actually very intelligent. They also know how this software works, and then they can override the system so that they can gain access into the car. Actually, once your car gets stolen, that's why you'll see that the last time it was maybe seen at that river and then the GPS gets lost. It's because nowadays they have signal jammers that will detect the trackers in the car, and then they'll disable everything immediately. They take custody of your multi. So your car can still be stolen even with the cutouts and the trackers. Away from the keyless or the keyfob stories and the trackers, maybe this one now needs you to be careful. Ensure you are parking at secure places, because you need to make the thieves job hard. If you are reverse parking in an let me say in an open place, you're making the thieves work easy. So you should park in such a manner that a thief will struggle to get your car out, and because maybe thieves don't have time, then that is a very good safety feature. Parking in a way that you are going to delay the thief not to make away with your car. Even a dumb thief will not go for a car that will make them struggle to get it out. So make sure you're making the thief's job a little bit difficult. Maybe you can also use devices like steering locks or even gear locks. Of course, they are not a guarantee that your car cannot be stolen, but at least they can scare the average thieves. Yeah, once they get access into your car, then maybe they don't have the keys to open that steering lock and the gear lock, at least they are not going to struggle with it. They just leave it that way. But then these are not a guarantee that your car cannot be stolen, because if those people have been monitoring you, most probably they know you have those devices in place, so they'll come with a solution on how to unlock them and get away with your car. Another solution that may not work for many guys I know, it's having a manual transmission car. Now, majority of the cars of people outside there, they cannot drive a stick shift. Majority of the thieves too, because maybe the thieves represent a sample of the population. Now, having a manual transmission car is actually one of the best ways to prevent thieves, but then even manual cars can get stolen. There are thieves who know how to drive stick shift cars. Having a manual car may not be the best solution, but if you have a manual car and you've parked in a tight spot that a thief will struggle, you can be sure the thief is going to struggle getting that car out of that place. It's also a good solution, but that one is not going to work for many people, because even in the current era, the number of manual transmission are actually, let me say, very low, and we are saying save the manuals. Another solution is having a comprehensive insurance cover. Now, in the unfortunate event that your car gets stolen, it's good having a comprehensive insurance cover. A comprehensive insurance cover will help you to get compensated after the insurance company runs the investigations and they find that you did not have a hand in the disappearance of your car. Because if, for example, you are having a third-party cover on your car and then the car gets stolen, that means you're going to start from scratch. You're going to start from zero. That is a complete loss. So having a comprehensive insurance cover with excess cover is actually a recommended solution to contain this problem. Of course, that one will only help after your car gets stolen. I guess you've now known how a thief can easily steal your recently acquired moti. So guys, have your spare keys intact. Don't leave your keys to anyone. If your car has trackers, make sure they are from different companies. You can also use a Kaduda phone. If you can manage, it's good having the Keyfob blockers to avoid the thieves from receiving a signal from your Keyfobs. Have a comprehensive insurance cover, and most importantly, park at secure places, because you can have all those other techniques but your car can still be loaded onto a flatbed and then it's stolen. Remember, no car is safe from theft. From a 660 Suzuki Alto to a 57 RSCC Lexus LX570. So take caution, guys. See you on the next one. And if you are new on this channel, remember to subscribe to this channel, because we not only shoot car videos like this, we also review cars. We can help you source a car, run pre-purchase assessment on that car, such that we make your car ownership journey easy.